Hi Team Larry Downey, a quick video here to give you some advice on how to play Larry Downey and his team members. So I obviously know a lot about Larry Downey because I played him myself in the last few presidential election cycles. Larry Downey is designed as someone who's not from a formal political background. He's never run for election before. He's never been a councillor or TD. So that might be an issue for some people. But for others, it might be, oh, it's great. With someone who's new to politics, someone who can bring something new to the game, for want of a better word. So his political expertise or experience. He was a former CEO of Irish Rail and claims to have done great things when he was the CEO of Irish Rail, and then claims that things went bad once he was no longer the CEO of Irish Rail. He says, okay, part of his history is he was involved discreetly in the peace process in the late 1990s, and you can use that as part of the rationale for why he's someone who gets things done. I think the Larry Downey message is, I am someone who can get things done. And you'll see that in his economic policy. Basically, he says it's all about getting things done, really. Now, he's in a left-wing party, so he's probably, in some ways, a businessman running to be the candidate for a slightly more left-wing party. His attitude will be, well, I come from a poor rural background in County Louth. I spent most of my working life going up through the ranks in Irish Rail. I'm happier when I'm working with the ordinary. I was happiest when I was working with the ordinary people from the locality in Inchicore and Ballyfermot. I was a hands-on CEO. I used to go and help them cleaning up the station first thing in the morning. I was happier hanging out with the workers than I was with the other big wigs. So I'm at ease with working class people, with working class communities. So his economic policies is, he's obviously not someone who's going to say, I'm going to tax, but he's basically thinking he's also someone who will be open to, let's try to do more in terms of social welfare. He's an interesting character as well, because on the green issue, he can claim that he's as green as Sheila Moran is, on the basis that he's promoted train use all throughout his life. And that could be an argument he could use to say, okay, Sheila Moran's a green, but I'm a green who gets things done. There's a big long biographical details on Larry in the handout I gave you yesterday, and obviously you can read through those itself. It's much longer than for all the others because, as I said, he was independent candidate in previous elections. Now, one of you needs to play Larry. The other team members can pick between the following people. Hopefully you won't pick Aidan Kennedy, and then I can recycle him myself in the last part of the election. He's a bit too close to home for my liking. So there's Aidan Kennedy, who's similar to someone you may or may not have heard of. Lubladon Notre Dame is Larry's lawyer, and someone who was a former mayor of Limerick where he was tough on crime. Ciara Cahalane is Larry's PA, but she's the one member of the team that has a good bit of political experience, given that her mother was a former Fianna Fáil minister, and she's learned a lot about what you need to be able to do to win an election. So what to do? The main thing really is to, as I've said to everyone else, try and hit the ground running. So if you haven't done so already, decide which of you is going to play Larry, and the other team member or members need to decide who they're going to play. And once you do that, try and get posting. Now, Larry comes from Louth, so to me it makes a lot of sense that you need to go into Louth and you need to use that local knowledge about Louth as part of your post. You need to sound like you're someone who comes from Louth when you're making your posts. But yeah, it's important, A, to probably prioritise Louth in the next few days between now and Sunday afternoon, and B, in your post, make it sound as if Larry is definitely someone from Louth. So there's going to be a bit of background research I don't mean a lot of research, but you're going to need to do half an hour finding out a few details about Loud so you can draw those into your posts.